survey shows that 81% of recent college grads wish that they were taught more life skills before graduation. Really? When was that? Because all I remember was iPads and earbuds and laptops and 17 different text message conversations all going on at the same time. Sometimes with 5 of them in the same room with you. But okay. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Lawrence, what would you do if you had $1 million?
I'll tell you what I'd do, man. 2 chicks at the same time, man.
That's it? You had $1 million, you'd do 2 chicks at the same time?
Damn straight. I always wanted to do that, man. And I think if I were a millionaire, I could hook that up, too, because chicks dig dudes with money.
Money, 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 money. I'm rolling in the money, 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 money. I get that fast money in a. I get that fast money in a. Money, 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 money. I'm rolling in the.
Hey everybody, how are you doing this wonderful Sunday night? It may be Monday before it gets posted because of shadow bans and all that good stuff, but hope your weekend was a rockin' one, man. Hope your weekend was wonderful. Got a couple of things I want to talk to you about here, so let's go ahead and jump into it. But like the half-dressed woman told you up front, ain't nothing in this video financial advice. Strictly for entertainment, my opinion, solely, and I'm just as full of shit as everybody else. Don't ever forget that. Do your own research, make up your own minds. All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into it here. As I was saying, recent survey, 81% wish that they'd been taught more life skills before graduating. I'll have this link in this article in the description if you want to see it, but really some eye-opening stuff here. A lot of recent college graduates are finding solace in their hometown to ease financial stress. New survey of 2,000 recent American grads, 30% moved back in with mom and dad. Now, despite all the jokes, most mom and dads don't really care about that. It was never a 18 and you're out of here situation in our house. 32% shared that they also put off paying back their student loans as much as possible. 7 in 10 graduates say that they're feeling overwhelmed by their financial situation, with paying rent and monthly bills topping the list. Welcome to the real world. Some of the top trends that impacted their financial perceptions included running out of money in their emergency savings or rainy day fund. 35% said that. Witnessing their parents losing their job, 27%. Respondents also experienced not having a good enough credit score to get a credit card or apply for a loan. 30% said that. You know what though, man? Silver lining. 30% of you weren't allowed to go in and get a loan or to get a new credit card to make the situation even worse. So, unanswered prayers sometimes are the biggest blessings. 81% said they wish they'd have been taught more life skills before graduating. And most of it has to do with budgeting or money-related issues. You really want some help here? Let me help you out. Let me help you out. Now, when we were kids, we were told, work hard, mow lawns, do whatever you were doing in the neighborhood to make a little bit of money. Maybe it was your allowance. And then you spent whatever you had, but then you also took some down and you took it to the bank. Opened up a savings account. Opened up a passbook savings account. Now, back in those days, I want to say that the interest rate was that you got on your savings account, was somewhere between 3 and 6%. Now, it didn't mean much to you, but whenever you saw your account grow, it was always great. Now, again, it was working 5 to 6% off a very small amount in most of our cases, but it was paying interest. Now, if you have a regular savings account at the bank, you get a percentage of 1% interest. So anyway, now you get less than 1% interest on the savings. And we're told that it's our money. It's our money. So you have your account at the bank. You stop at the ATM machine on the way to work, and there's a fee. You stop at an ATM machine at an airport, yes, there's a fee to access your own money. Hey, sorry, you didn't read the fine print. I didn't open up your account. Wrong approach. As a matter of fact, every single time that you go to use your own money, you're paying a fee. Want to move money from your savings account to your checking account? There may be a fee. Depending on the size of your account, they may tell you how many times that you're allowed to do that in a calendar month. Seriously, your money. They're going to tell you how many times that you can move money from this to here. Yeah, I don't blame you, sweetheart. I don't blame you. And before any of you get too excited and go, oh, cool, he's going to be doing some charting, you need to learn the difference between a bear market and a bull market. Bear market, bull market, bear market, extended bear market, really extended bear market. So you can do all the happy graphing and charting that you want to in a bull market, but let's not mess things up here during a bear market. We got enough going on. So if you want to do this with your own money, you're going to pay a fee. If you want to do that with your own money, you're going to pay a fee. If you want to scratch your ass, you're going to pay a fee. If you want to think about scratching your ass, you're going to pay a fee. I know, baby. I know. But you said that you wanted to hear a little bit more about financial, real-world goings-on. So here we are. That grinds your gears. Oh, hang on. It's about to get worse. Let me rub a little bit of salt into that wound. Quite a few things going on. Number one is inflation. Now, I just put in from 1992 to present. It takes almost twice as much in today's dollars to buy what a dollar bought just back down in 1992. I share that for people of my age because that's our 10-year reunion. I share that with somebody else because that's how old you are, and you'll know who you are. So, if you had been given a big pile of money on the day you were born, it's as if, no, hang on, it's exactly as if somebody came in and stole half of it. So now that big pile of money that you had there is worth half. It's called inflation. Oh, but hang on, because you're about to get pissed. You ever hear of fractional reserve banking? I'll put this link in the description as well, but check this out. Banks are required to keep on hand a certain amount of cash that depositors gave them. Well, that's nice because, we see shit go into the vault that, no. Banks are required to keep on hand and available for withdrawal a certain amount of cash that depositors give them. The full amount? No. The full amount? No. Historically, the reserve ratio is 10%. But you can also see that the bigger the banks are, the less they have to keep on hand. So when you're checking an ATM to inquire about your balance and you're paying a service fee, I want you to keep in mind that 90% of the money that you put in there isn't there. It's not there. And the law tells them they don't have to. So a lot of times, most of the time, what do they do with your money? They go invest it. And the majority of the time, they make big money on it. In 2008, they really screwed the pooch. But the majority of the time, which nobody held them accountable for. However, the majority of the time, they're making money on your money. And yet every time that you want to do something, you're charged a fee. Yeah, I don't blame you, baby. I don't blame you at all. At all. Now, we will do a little bit of charting here for you newer investors. Again, we talk about the difference between a bear market and a bull market. In the bear market, there's 3 key indicators that you want to look for in the Southern Woman Pissed Off-ometer. And they're pretty telling. But we're men and we're stupid and we overlook it a lot. So 3 ways that you can tell that if you're in a bear market instead of a bull market. Number 1, you're getting the dagger eyes. And nobody gives dagger eyes like a pissed off Southern woman. Nobody. You've got the pursed lips. Now, I have seen some women of other cultures do the pursed lip indicator much better than this young lady right here. But when you take it in combination with these particular dagger eyes, that's a killer combination. You don't want that. But something that a lot of people miss are these run for the hill double hands on the hips. Now, I think all women of all cultures have this move down. There is one variant of this particular formation that you'll see, and you'll see it more in Southern women, and that's when they only have one hand on their hip, but the other one they're wagging their finger while they're talking to you. A lot of cases, you're better off if they're doing that because their mind is engaged and they're talking, as opposed to right here, you don't know what's going on in their mind. People that like to gamble and play the margins, now there's less than a 1% chance that this works, but sometimes if maybe you can try something like, damn girl, you are so hot when you're angry. Now that has less than a 1% efficacy rating, but it has been known to work, but don't bank on it. So if it's this screwed up, and everybody knows that it's this screwed up, why are people using it as their one and only means of managing their real life money? In reality, I think maybe that's just all they know. They don't know what else is out there for them. So what is DeFi? Decentralized financing. What is that? Well, that's when enough of these people got together and said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I don't mind paying the fees, but I want to get something for my money. And this fractional reserve shit ain't working for me. So how about we do this? Because we can do this with smart contracts on Ethereum. How about we take care of transactions? How about we take care of certain features that a bank offers? And we'll still pay fees. They'll be less. But instead of paying the banks these fees, how about we just split it? So you get some, you get some, you get some, you get some, you get some. The bank gets nothing. See, I thought you'd change your tune there. And I was right. And they lived happily ever after, and it was pussy and donuts for everybody. Until it ain't. I've made no secret about it. I'm bullish on Olympus. I'm invested in this. Full disclosure. I did take some profits a little bit earlier. However, this is one of the wallets that I have set up. Now I have it set up for 4 different people. For my 4 favorite tipped employees who aren't my daughter. Started this off with 8 Olympus for them each. And over the course of 3 weeks, it's almost grown to 10.5. So does that mean that we can sit back and relax and go on autopilot? Maybe. If you're constantly checking the price, if you're constantly checking portfolio, if you're constantly checking Blockfolio or some other portfolio tracker, you probably put in more than you can afford to lose. Which is where I found myself earlier this weekend. So I went ahead and took some profits on this one as well. Hey, maybe you leave it there and you turn around one day and it's $1 gajillion. Could that happen? Absolutely. But there are those other things that you have to consider when you're ever in a DeFi project. What's the price doing? Is there a potentiality for a rug pull? If not a rug pull, is there a chance that it gets exploited? Whale dumps, whale buys. I mean, there's all kinds of things that can happen. And so when and if you can, comfortably, take some profits every now and then, perhaps it'll let your mind free up. But don't get too committed to any project that's brand new. However, this is how DeFi works. This is us getting paid. So if you want to let your money work for you and it's paying off, and hey, hopefully that price keeps going up also, well then hey, it is pussy and donuts. And hey, we all do live happily ever after, right? Just be careful. Just be careful. There's a reason why in Vegas you play with chips. Number one, it's easier to control and easier to see, and it's quicker and all that other stuff. But the main reason that you play with chips instead of actual greenbacks is because when you're spending money, sometimes there's a little bit more of a pain threshold to cross over than if you're just, this chip, it's not real money. Don't get caught up in that same mindset here in crypto. Don't get caught up in that same mindset, because if you're spending an ETH, sometimes for some people, it doesn't have the same pain threshold as spending $1. Not financial advice. And then the last thing, again, because this is specifically for new folks, but also if you guys want to share this with somebody new, here's something else to think about. A lot of people, when they want to jump in today, go, hey, I've got this much money, what should I put it on? If you're just getting into the game, it's not my recommendation. Even though this Bitcoin boomer does not do financial advice, if I did, I would say, don't make the same mistake that I do. Do it on something like this, and I'll put this link down in the description as well. If you just go back to January 1st of 2018, 3 years ago, right? Well, 3.5 years ago now. And I don't know what this is for you. Everybody's situation is different. But if you took $20 every Friday and threw it in and bought Bitcoin right now, you would have spent $3,700. More importantly, you would have almost a half a Bitcoin. But for those that look in the real world and want to tie a US dollar amount to it, you just turn that $3,700 into $13,500. Now, If your number is smaller than that or bigger than that, these numbers are going to change. You're the one that decides this. So without taking the chicken out of the gumbo, what is it that you can put in every Friday? And you can even set it up where it's an automatic withdrawal so you don't ever feel it. If it's $15 a week, you never invest more than you can afford to lose. Then throw in $15 every Friday. That's it. That's 2 Happy Meals. That's 2 Happy Meals. You got this. You got this. So for those 81% of recent college grads, if you're part of this 17% that doesn't know how to do laundry, your parents failed you. Slap them straight across the face when you get home. But also, hey, guess what? If you don't know how to do your laundry, why don't you save your social justice warrior sermons for somebody else? Learn how to wash your own laundry and then come talk politics if you want to. Anyway, love you guys. Lollipops, sunshine, unicorns, rainbows, and all those good things to you and everybody that's important to you. Much love. We'll talk to you next time. Vaya con huevos.